I do feel, and I stand on this, I say this, I do say this a lot. I do feel that you make time for who and what you want to make time for.
Life is like a basketball game. Sometimes you're up, other times you're down. Opponents and adversaries coming at you left and right. However, it's not the challenges you face that define you. What defines you is how you play the game. And I play to win. Welcome to my world, Carlton's World.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Carlton's World. It's your boy, Carlton T. Clay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate you. I do not take you for granted. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Denzel Robinson. I got on the cap. I had it on in the last episode, Changing the Culture. I did not give him a shout out. My bad for that, for sure. He's doing a lot of great things. He has his brand called Soar. He's doing a lot of great things in the Augusta community. He has all these initiatives. I'm super proud of him, and I just want to make sure I do my part in spreading the word about what he has going on. So y'all support him. Definitely check him out. He's on social media. So get a SOAR, SOAR, and the guy's name is Denzel Robinson. And yeah, that's my guy. We grew up together, went to the same church, all that great stuff. So with that being said, I want to talk about friendships. That is what today's subject is about. It's about friendships. And I was a little hesitant about talking about it because I want people to really hear my heart on this. I did not want to offend anybody. I did not want to seem ungrateful about the friendships that I do have. This is not a rant or anything. This is not what this is about. I just want to share my heart. I feel like doing this podcast is a safe space for me to be able to do that. And for anybody that's listening, if you are my friend and you want to have a conversation or share something with me, please feel free to do so. Again, I want us all to grow. That is what I want. Despite what may be what may have been said or whatever, I am not in the business of losing friendships or ending friendships. That hurts my heart, honestly. Even when I go back and look at the memories that I had, they show you memories on Facebook and all that great stuff, or you're looking through your phone or whatever, and you see people that you're like, yeah, we don't talk like that, or we don't talk at all anymore. That doesn't make me feel good at all. It doesn't. And then in most instances, I'll have to look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, Carlton, what part did you play in this relationship going left or going south or whatever? And also, we've been taught, or I've been taught, friendships, you have friendships that are for a reason, you have friendships that are for a season, do you have friendships that are for a lifetime? And sometimes friendships, they that season is over. However, for me, if a season in a friendship is over, I ideally would love for it to end amicably. A lot of times, though, these friendships have not ended so amicably. There's something that has caused that rift, and unfortunately, that rift it cannot be repaired. And again, that does not make me feel good. It doesn't at all. Again, and I also have to look. It's okay, Carlson. What part did you play in that? But there are some instances that the other person played a part, and the other person was whatever the action was the reason why that friendship has come to an end. So I feel like, you got it's twofold. And sometimes people outgrow each other. Um, and it hurts to come to that realization, but it happens. I'm 38, right? Most of y'all know that. uh, and I feel like a lot of my friends that I do have, or a lot of people that I've grown up with, we're all on different life trajectories. I'm 38. I have no kids. I'm not married. Never been married, whatever. I have friends that are currently married. They are parents. They have children, or they're engaged, or we all are at different we're all on different life spectrums, so we all have different things that we're dealing with, whatever. However, I do feel, and I stand on this, I do say this a lot, I do feel that you make time for who and what you want to make time for. And I'm speaking for me. Like, if I want to do something, I'm going to figure out a way to do it. No matter what's happening or what's going on around me, if I want to do something, I'm going to make time. I'm going to make sure that I make time to get that done. And the same thing applies with people, my relationships. If I care about you and if I care about our relationship, I'm going to make sure that I make time for you, or I do what I need to do to make sure that our relationship stays on the good foot. Right? And I feel like it is important that that the relationship is reciprocal. I feel like that is important. The reciprocity, I hope I'm saying it right. The reciprocity, I feel like that is important when it comes to relationships. It shouldn't just be one person depositing all the time. It should be an equal amount of deposit and withdrawal. I feel like that is important when it comes to relationships and it comes to friendships. And again, let me be clear. I'm talking about friendships. I'm not talking about an associate. I'm not talking about people that you just casually associate or that you know. And like I said, I have been guilty of saying, "Oh yeah, that's my friend. Oh yeah, I know her. That's a friend. That's it." And I've had my family, especially my sister, has had to sit me down and say, "Carlton, everybody is not your friend. You got to stop calling people." We use the word friend so loosely. I know I do. I've been guilty of using that word so loosely. And I think that's where a lot of the hurt comes from, because again, I am putting everybody in this friend category, and my expectations are, and I put expectations on people that I should not be putting expectations on. So I have to blame myself for that. I have to blame myself for a lot of the disappointment I feel like that comes in my life, because I put these unwanted expectations on people. These people didn't ask for this. These people, a lot of the people have come into my life for specific reasons. And in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a cool person. This is a cool woman. This is a cool dude. I've poured more into that than what that person was willing to. The person didn't even ask for me to pour into that. They specifically asked wanted this relationship for this specific reason. And it's like, all right, I'm in my mind, I'm like, all right, this can develop into some type of friendship. And it's like, no, Carlton, this is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll speak on the other side too of it too, because there are people that do come into your life that they do act as if they want to be your friend, or like they want to have that relationship, but they only want it for a specific reason. Once they get what they want, or connected to, who you're connected to, then it's like, all right, cool, I'm done with you, and that's it. I don't need you anymore. So yeah, that does happen. But I want to take accountability for the things that I've done in this moment, in this segment. There have been situations where I have expected more than what people were asking for. And when I say that, I mean, again, let's say this person specifically wanted, specifically just wants to be a part of this project, or specifically wants what a video service or whatever. But because you feel like you guys have a lot in common, you feel like, you know, I feel like, okay, man, but this person's cool. You know, I am feeling like, all right, maybe we can build something. That's not what this person wanted. This person just specifically wants you for this reason. And I have to learn how to respect that. And I can't get hurt when I am expecting more and that person's like, that's not what I wanted. That's on me. I gotta take the L on that. So, and that has happened where I wanted more and that person was like, no, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for this specific reason. So I have to take the L on that. On the flip side, there has been instances where these people have come to me and like in the disguise of, I think, Carlton, you're a cool dude. I think you're an awesome guy. I love your energy. I want to be friends with you. I want to have that friendship with you. And then they flip on you again. They see who you're connected to. They see what you have to offer. And once they're done with their withdrawals, then it's like, all right, I'm out. And it's that again, that hurts. And that really that can put, that can put a toll on you, and kind of make you think less of yourself. That can make you question your existence a lot of times. And I know it shouldn't be that deep, but it does. I'm just going to be 100% transparent. Like, it does make you question a lot of things about yourself. Like, okay, so why am I here? Am I just here to be used? Am I here just to, why am I constantly having to deal with this and battle this and all this other stuff? So, and again, I want to be clear. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about friendships, and I've been guilty of crossing friendships and associates and friends and associates. I've been guilty of doing all that, and I really had to evaluate. I said, "Hey, Carl, all right, Carlton, what are you doing here? How can you fix you to where therefore you're not exuding this energy?" And me and my siblings have this conversation a lot, especially my sister Kendra. We talk a lot because we live together. So, my other siblings live in Atlanta. We all still do talk though. My parents brought us up with the importance of us cultivating our relationship as siblings. My mom and dad weren't having that. Yeah, we disagree. Yeah, we have our arguments. But when we were growing up, my mom and dad wasn't having all those fights between us. It was like, y'all gonna fix it and figure it out, because it was important that we understood that our relationship, we are the ones that are really gonna be here for each other. We're family. Now we're family. And I feel like as we've gotten older, which I do appreciate, I can look at my siblings individually as individual people. It's a little hard for me as the oldest, because again, they're always going to be my younger siblings. Like, I feel like I've always have to look out for them, be that, I guess, third parent that they didn't ask for. And that's something that we as older siblings we deal with, because it's been put on us that we have to look out for our younger siblings, and sometimes we are unwantedly, we're unknowingly, and we don't want the responsibility sometimes of being that third parent, but it's just, this is what it is. But that's another subject. But I said all that to say that I feel like me and my siblings have grown to become friends. At least I feel like we have grown to be friends. And again, we don't agree on everything. We're all adults, and I have to check myself and say, Carlton, these people are adults. They're not kids. Like, my younger two siblings have children, so it's like they're married. So I have to check myself at times, even when I want to say something like, "Oh, no, they're grown. They don't, they let them do what they do." Kendra too. They're grown. They're grown. So I have to check myself on that. So, but with that being said, though, that still doesn't take away from our relationship. At the end of the day, those are my siblings. I love them very much. But I still consider us friends too. And I think what happens with that is I have taken that and I have put that expectation on people, and I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. And I think, again, that's where a lot of my hurt comes from a lot of times, because I'm putting expectations on people that didn't ask for those expectations. With that being said, though, you do have friendships, though, that you do have expectations for, and they have expectations of you. And I think a lot of times, we all have instances where we have fallen short of those expectations. But what are we willing to do to fight for those friendships? What are we willing to do to maintain those relationships? Again, I may have said this. I don't know if I said this in this recording. This, full transparency, I have tried to record this podcast like 4 times. And the first 3 times, I was tripping up over my words, and then Poochie started barking, and I was like, maybe I'm just not meant to record this podcast. But I was like, no, we're going to try it again for the 4th time, and we're going to make it do what it do. So I can't remember if I said this already. If I did, forgive me, whatever. But I am definitely not in the business of losing friends. I'm not in the business of ending friendships. That's not what I want. Despite what may have been said, I truly want to keep all of my friendships, And again, I get that sometimes friendships end, and if they do, I want them to end on a good note. I want to be able to still see you and still be able to speak and say, "Hey, how are you? Glad you're good," and keep it pushing. A lot of times these friendships end. It's like, I don't ever want to see this person ever again in life, and it's just like, I don't like feeling like that. I don't. Again, I'm not. You're not necessarily meant to be friends with everybody. You're not meant to. Some friendships aren't meant to last forever. But at the same time, I don't want to be I don't want to be walking around with this chip on my shoulder. Like, okay, if I run into you, is there going to be an issue? I don't want that. I don't. I really don't. And I know, again, I know I said this. I know, like I said, again, people, I just really want people to understand, again, the difference. That you got to make sure that there is understanding when it comes to your friendships, that that you understand the difference between friendships and associates, and you really understand. I know people like, well, this is in high school, we all grown, we adults, we got our own lives going on and all this other stuff. The same things that, and again, I'm talking about friendships now. I'm just strictly talking about friendships. I think the same thing when people say that, I feel like that's a cop out, because I feel like we all we all have things. Me and my sister, me and Kim have this conversation all the time because again, we live together, so we do talk about this stuff. We all have things going on. We all have things going on. We all life be lifing for every single one of us. And that is not to take away from what's going on in your life. That's definitely not to belittle or diminish or minimalize what's going on in your life. There are things that are happening, but I truly stand firm on this. I've said it. I stand firm on the fact that you make time for who and what you want to make time for. That's it. And I'm not saying, and this is not a thing, oh, we got to talk every day. I know the people like, yeah, we talk all the time. We text every day, all day, every. Now, ain't nobody got time for that. And the people who really know me know I don't like talking on the phone. So definitely I'm not trying to call you every day. I'm definitely not trying to, have us talk on the phone every day. That's not happening. That's not what we want here. I'm saying I'm one person. That's not what I want here. I'm not talking about that. But what I am saying is it shouldn't always be that one person checking on you all the time. Right? It shouldn't be like you're like it's like do you, not trying to be all R&B-ish and everything, but do I ever cross your mind anytime? Like for real. And I, like I said again, I don't know romantic stuff, but it's like do like I said, is this relationship important to you? Is this friendship important to you? Like I feel like the art of checking in has been lost. We are so, again, you have, of course, self-care is important. Of course, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself. But I feel like we are in a space and in an era where people are just so me all the time. It's like you're not, like, what about the people that deposit into you? Like, what about the people, what about those people that, right? We all need someone to check in on us. It shouldn't always be the person checking in on you all the time. It shouldn't be like that. And friendships. I'm talking about friendships, people that you love, people that you call bro or sis. That's another thing my sister had to check me on. My sister was like, bro, no, I'm talking about my blood sister. My sister was like, you have got to stop calling everybody bro and sis. You got to stop doing that. Because again, that's putting expectations on people that they didn't ask for. Because again, for me, if I say you my brother, you my sister, I literally mean that. I'm looking out for you like I will look out for my actual blood siblings. That's how deep that is for me. And and then again, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't call everybody bro or sis. Again, we use bro, sis, fam, all that so haphazardly. It's just like we just throw it out there. No, that stuff really does have meaning. So I have to check myself on that and be careful about all that stuff too. But again, I feel like it's definitely important that we cultivate our relationships. It's definitely important that we feed into our relationships and deposit to our relationships. I feel like, again, it should be reciprocal. It shouldn't just always be me doing it. It should be you as well, or it should all the other way around. It shouldn't always be you depositing into me. I should be doing that as well. And if you feel like I'm not depositing into you, and if you feel like we're really friends, and you feel like I'm not doing my part, please let me know. I'm not psychic. I'm not Raven. I don't have visions. So I don't know. A lot of times friendships fizzle out because people are afraid to have these conversations and communicate. I will be honest. Who likes confrontation? I don't. But I sincerely really don't like having those hard conversations. I really don't. It bothers me to my core, and I feel like I need to. I'm a type of person, I would rather just. I'm a person that I like to hope that the problem will fix itself, and that things will move accordingly. I don't like having the conversations of, hey, I feel like our friendship is not where it needs to be, or I feel like, I don't like having those conversations. I really don't. But I understand that those conversations are necessary. I feel like for me, I get angrier when I feel like things. When I feel like I get angry because I feel like the person um is not doing what I feel a friend should be doing. But it's I have to blame myself because I'm not having I have not had that conversation with that person. So that person does not know that I'm upset or that I'm not happy in our relationship. So just like I'm saying, well, I'm not Raven, I'm not a psychic, I don't know, you need to talk to me. I need to do the same thing. If I'm not happy, Carlton, if you're not happy in the friendship, then you need to have that conversation with that person. So this is a self check for me as well. Um and I was having this conversation too with my sister too. We were talking because a lot of times, and I have to ask myself like, well, Carlson, are you exuding this? Or is this what you're exuding? I do feel sometimes that in my friendships that like I'm not included in like the big moments, right? But when it comes to like the negative things, or if something bad is happening, or if you need help, if somebody needs help with something, then I'm like one of the first people that you run to. Because again, my heart is, again, I have no issue. If I'm able to do something, I'm going to help you and do whatever I need to do. And I'm not doing things because I'm expecting things in return. That's not what it is. I'm doing it because in my heart of hearts, I want to help you. If I have the ability, I'm going to make sure that I help you. And I have to be honest, sometimes I do feel like that's not reciprocated, as far as like, even when I'm dealing with things, it's like I reach out and it's like, yeah. But I'm not. But I'm. But I. But when I. But if when a friend with someone who's a friend, and they're like, they need something, it's like, yeah, I'm there. I got you. Whatever you need, I got you. And I just sometimes I feel like that's not reciprocated. And again, talking about friendships, not talking about people that you associate with, talking about actual friends that you have a relationship with. So I deal with that. And again, if you feel like I'm not doing what everything I'm talking about, please let me know so that way we can fix it. I feel like this is a season of fixing things. I don't want to just be like, all right, I'm not friends with you no more. I feel like that's high school to me. I feel like people talking like, people are listening like, it's not high school no more. I feel like that is. I feel like just ghosting folk and just cutting them off without really a conversation. I feel like that's like, I feel like conversations need to be had. A lot of things can be fixed and resolved. But then when you have the conversation, if things aren't moving in a positive direction, then it's okay. I feel like, all right, cool, make that move. Like, all right, then this friendship is no longer mutually beneficial for the both of us. If we can't both come to terms of, all right, how we're gonna both do better as friends, then the friendship is no longer mutually beneficial. And I feel like, all right, cool, let's go ahead and just walk in different directions, But those conversations need to be had. Again, if it's a relationship or a friendship that you truly care about, that you truly value, or that you truly hold dear. So yeah, I just feel like a lot of times, not a lot of times, sometimes I just feel like I haven't been included in like the big moments, but at the same time, it's like when something's wrong, then it's like, all right, cool, like Carlson's there, he'll help, whatever. And then I have to check myself again too, because I've said this before, you're not gonna be included in every single thing. I understand that. I get it. There's some things that people may be a part of that doesn't fit what I do or fit who I am or whatever, so I can't be included in that. But it's like everything though. It's like every big moment that you have, like I'm not included in that. But like I said again, something goes wrong. It's like, yeah, let me hit you up. Let me, like, am I exuding that type of negative energy to where you feel like, all right, it's cool to come with me with the negative, but when the positive happens, then I'm not even thought about to be included in that. Or the other side of, you do have your positive big moments, and it's like, okay, cool, you include me in your big moments, but when I have my big moments, like, you're nowhere to be found. Or again, or when I am in need or need help with something, it's like ghost. It's like the Sahara. Like, I can't find, so all that stuff. So yeah, that's just, again, I feel like, I don't know. Again, this year for me is a year of self-discovery, and with that being said, it's a year of me evaluating not just myself and what's going on with me internally, but also also evaluating what's happening externally and what's happening around me, which also includes my friendships and the relationships that I do have. Because again, I want people to really hear this with my heart. My friendships do mean a lot to me. I do care about the people that I do call friends. So I want to do whatever I can to make sure that I keep these friendships. If the season is up, I want to make sure that I just don't want any more ripped ties. I don't want any more of that. That, like I said again, that doesn't feel good when you are close with somebody, or you do have a friendship with somebody, and then it's just the cord is just ripped out. It just breaks. I don't like that. That doesn't. I don't think anybody likes that. Doesn't make you feel good. So I don't want that anymore. I want to make sure that, again, these conversations are had. If they can be had. But I want to make sure that these friendships do stay intact. That these friendships do stay. That these friendships do stay intact. I think, like I said, they're important to me. And yeah, as much as I talk junk about I got me and I'm gonna do me and all that stuff. And no, for real, at the end of the day, I think, like I said, friendships are important, and I feel like, we were created for fellowship, and we were created to be in relations, not those type of relations, but we be in relationships with people. So it's important. So yeah, I'm rambling now. So I always say when I start rambling, that means it's time to wrap it up. So I really hope that you got something from this. I know for me, it was more of a catharsis for me, being able to get this off my chest. I do have a journal. I do write in that. But I thought it was important for me to really just get this out. If I said anything wrong, we can definitely have a conversation about it, because again, I am not perfect by no means. I don't think I'm perfect by no means. I do not think I'm the perfect friend. I don't think I 100% got it right all the time. So if you heard this and you was like, you got me effed up, Carlton, then like I said, I definitely would love to have the conversation. Again, this is for friendships. Again, I don't want it to get it twisted to where it's like I'm talking, because, and this is crazy, because again, I was just watching. I'm a reality show junkie. I'll admit that I do watch a lot of reality shows, especially Housewives, and it's like they was having a conversation about the difference between knowing somebody and knowing of someone. And it's crazy because, again, people will come up to me and say, do you know so-and-so? I'm like, well, I know of them. Or if somebody says, well, so-and-so said they know you. I said, no, they know of me. They don't know me. We're we cool and all, but so I think it's important to make sure that I want to make sure that there's a distinction here when I'm talking. This subject is strictly about your friends, like again, people that you have that type of relationship with, and there are different levels of friendships too. And again, I know people like it shouldn't even be that complicated. No, it sometimes it got to be, because again, there's certain things you can't share with certain people, but you still, you're still good. But at the same time, it's like, you can't, everything is not for everybody. So that's important too when it comes to that. So again, I want to make sure that I was clear. I want to make sure that I feel like I was able to. I feel a little woosah. I feel like I was able to get that off my chest. I feel like I'm good now. Um, and I feel like, I feel lighter, and that was the whole point of all this. So again, thank y'all so much for listening. I appreciate it. I hope you did get something from it. I hope that we all can continue to grow as people, and I hope that we can continue to grow in our friendships and our relationships, and that we can all mutually deposit into one another. That's what my wish is for all of us. All right. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all so much for being a part of KARLTON'S World. I appreciate you for being here. And until the next one, peace.